Have you ever stood so close to a painting that you couldn't tell what you were looking at? All you see are colors, brushstrokes, little imperfections. But take 10 steps back, and suddenly you see the picture. Stay with me, because at the end, I'm going to give you one question you can use when you've been struggling with the same business problem for so long that you may actually be too close to see it anymore. I've noticed something interesting over the years. Business owners can be incredibly good at solving other people's problems. Someone tells you what's happening in their business, and within 5 minutes, you're thinking, well, obviously, it's right there, you can see it. But then you have a problem in your own business, and you've been wrestling with it for 6 months. You've tried this, you've changed that, you've thought about it from every possible angle, and you still can't figure it out. Why? Sometimes it's because you're in the painting. You know too much. You know why that employee does things that way. You remember why that policy was created 10 years ago. You know why you can't raise that price. You know why that customer is different. You know why you built the website that way. You know all the history. And every piece of that history becomes another brushstroke you're staring at. Then somebody from outside the business walks in and asks, why do you do it that way? And your immediate response is, well, because. Then you start explaining. And somewhere halfway through the explanation, you realize you don't actually have a very good answer. That's the value of perspective. It's why consultants can sometimes see something immediately that the business owner has missed for years. It's why mastermind groups can be valuable. It's why networking with other business owners can help. It's even one of the ways I use AI. Sometimes I don't need somebody to give me the answer. I need something outside the situation to ask me questions I stopped asking myself. Because familiarity has a strange effect on us. Eventually, we stop seeing things. Think about your own website. You know where everything is. Of course you do. You've looked at it 1,000 times. But what happens when someone who's never been there before tries to find something? That's a completely different experience. The same thing happens with your sales process, your customer service, your pricing, your marketing, your employees, your entire business. Here's the question I promised you. The next time you're stuck on a business problem, ask yourself, if this were somebody else's business, what would I tell them to do? Take yourself out of the painting. Forget the history for a moment. Forget why you've always done it that way. Look at the situation as though somebody described it to you over coffee. What would seem obvious? You might still discover the problem is complicated. There may be legitimate reasons you can't make the obvious change, but at least you'll be looking at the whole picture again, instead of staring at one brushstroke. Sometimes solving a problem doesn't require getting closer. Sometimes you need to back up. Thanks for joining me. I'm your Santa Barbara web guy, and I'll see you next time.